Dr. Laurence O'Halloran. I'm an otolaryngologist, head and neck surgeon in Northern Virginia. I see a lot of patients with chronic sinusitis. So Cathy is a patient of mine, and she had chronic sinusitis, approximately 2 infections every year for over 10 years since she was a teenager.
I started having sinus trouble when I was a senior in high school. We lived in Kansas. It was the first time in my entire life that I'd had seasonal allergies. So that's when the sinus problems started. What it feels like is you have a 20-pound bowling ball sitting on your shoulders because your head feels so heavy. I felt like my nose was plugged with cotton, and not just here in my nose, but in my head. I had no energy. As I told you, I would get up in the morning and be at work and work an 8-hour day and come home and have to lay down and take a 2 or 3 hour nap. And that's tough, considering I live a very full life.
She would go to her primary care doctor, get antibiotics repeatedly. Finally, she said there's got to be a better solution than constantly throwing antibiotics at it.
It didn't seem to be curing the problem, and I thought she was just trying to solve symptoms and not find the cure to the problem. So I found Dr. O'Halloran. In January, when I was still having green gook, he recommended the DNA testing.
Pathogenius is a company that presented to us a number of years ago, and it kind of woke us up to the concept of the exact identity of the bacteria that was causing the problem. It uses rapid DNA sequencing to identify the bacteria that are in a specimen harvested from the sinus cavities. Based on that, then, we did a Pathogenius DNA probe to identify the specific bacteria that were contained in her crusts and her secretions. This returned as Staphylococcus aureus, approximately 80%, as well as Haemophilus influenza, approximately 17%. We selected a specific antibiotic that would target both of those bacteria, and that was ciprofloxacin plus budesonide. Those are placed in her irrigation solutions twice a day.
Within 6 weeks of having that therapy, I am, knock on wood, fairly well infection-free.
Her comment, which I wrote in the chart, is quoted as, "This is the best my sinuses have been my entire adult life."
No naps. Still making it through an 18-hour day with no rest. That's awesome.